Hello. In this embedded system and communication, we will going to discuss about the aspects of communication systems in embedded system. The system, there are two types of communication systems involved in using embedded system. So, external communication system which connects two systems together with some kind of medium. It can be physically connected to each other using optical based medium, copper based medium, or any other physical medium, or it can wirelessly connect it to each other using any radio link such as microwave radio link or sub gigahertz radio link or your Wi-Fi radio link, which is around 2.54 gigahertz to 5 gigahertz, or any other ISM bands which they. So both of these are uh, internal communication. The internal communication is when the within the periphery of the embedded system itself. So we generally use data bus and address bus, but we also have internal signaling lines. So on data bus we carry data depending upon the ideology, architectural ideology, whether it is Harvard based system or von Neumann based system. It can have a same bus which can be modeled on data bus or address bus depending upon the users. Or in Harvard based systems we have separate data bus and separate address bus. Sometimes it is necessary for the peripherals on board to communicate um, separately. Other than data or address bus, they also use internal signaling lines. There are very short lines with one line or two line for generating flags or priority signals. So this is what internal communication system is. So, and internal signaling lines can also generate interrupts for the processor, and so the internal communication is very complex, and the generally the board manufacturer, the processor controller manufacturer, or the board manufacturer handles the internal signaling lines, data bus, address bus at the very early stages of the setup, because once it is fabricated on a PCB or on a wafer, it is not replaceable, or not any kind of modification is not possible. So a very careful designing process is involved in internal and making and designing internal signaling lines. And how much signaling is needed for a system is depending. It all depends on the system requirement. And so there are two types of systems.